Hi everyone, my name is Janet and today I'm here to talk about my post-op operation or nose job. Um, I had my surgery 1.5 or 2 years ago. I am going to answer some questions and talk about how everything went and more things that I've been trying to answer and that people have asked me. And after a long time, finally I decided to post my video because I never wanted to post the videos that I recorded because I didn't want people to know that I had a nose job. But now that it's been more than a year and I'm comfortable talking about it, and now that I don't mind people knowing, and now that I don't know, I think I see it more as something normal now, and I don't see it as something bad. And also I wanted to post this video because I wanted to update the people that watch my videos, although I don't know if it's a lot of people, but I'm still gonna post it. So I had my surgery or rhinoplasty in Mexico. I did research here in the United States. I went to some doctors and some surgeons to ask prices and get information, and here in the United States or here in California where I live, it was really expensive, and I couldn't afford the price. So for many years since I remember, I never liked my nose because I had a big bump right here and I never liked it, but it wasn't something that I talked about a lot. I never told people, only like my family. I only told my parents that I hated my nose. Some people, only a few people knew that I didn't like my nose because of that bump, but I never really told people because I was scared that they would take it against me or that they would use it to bully me, which wasn't the case. But I was insecure to talk about it, and I never really told anyone, but it was noticeable because, well, it was a big bump. Well, I did have a lot of people comment on it, would make me feel bad, but not in purpose. Or when I used to work at the mall, I started working at 16, at the age of 16, and one customer pointed at my nose and he said, "Oh look, she has an ugly nose like my cousin." Those comments would make me feel more insecure, but it was only things like that. But it wasn't really the comments that made me insecure about my nose. It was just that I guess I was in my starting my teenage years, and I wanted to be like the other girls, and I started to compare myself to the other girls. So I guess I think it was more that I compare myself to other girls, and I wanted to have a perfect nose like theirs, and it was mostly that. But I knew that, well, I always thought that I was never going to get a surgery because surgeries are expensive. So I took that out of my mind for a few years, until again until I started using more social media, and I started noticing like many girls were cute and they had perfect noses or really cute noses. That's when I started doing research here in California where I live, and that's when I didn't go to a lot of doctors. I went to two, and I didn't like any of them or any of the information that they gave me. So and also I didn't like the price. So I just stopped thinking about surgery, and I also knew that my parents would always say no. I always asked them if I could get a nose surgery, and they always said no because they were scared. And I would show them videos, and that made them even more scared or afraid that I would die in surgery, or that something was going to turn out bad. So I just stopped asking about it. And when I started working at the mall, I was 16 years old, and I started saving up money, and I had no reason to save up my money. I just wanted to save up money, and I started saving up my money until 2 years after. The year of 2017, we would always go, because I was born and grew up in Mexico, and we always go when we can. And we went on vacations, my family and I. And at that time I was still thinking about my nose job, but like I said, I stopped asking about it. And during that time, wait, I have a cousin in Mexico, and she told us that she had a rhinoplasty, and I loved her nose. I loved how her nose turned out, and it was really nice, and I liked it. So that's when I started obsessing over my nose again, and I realized that I was 18 already. In Mexico, that's the legal age. So I had my money that I saved up from work. So I started asking my parents again that if I could get the surgery. I remember first they were like, no. We said no. We have told you many times that you're not gonna get the surgery because you're too young and bad things could happen, and you know, all the things that parents or all the things that you could worry about with a surgery. But I finally convinced them. I told them that of course I had saved up money, and I was 18 already. I wasn't scared of the surgery, and they watched many videos with me. They did research. We did research about the rhinoplasty, and well, they finally said yes. We went to the same surgeon that my cousin had her surgery in. One thing I do recommend you guys, if you're thinking of getting a nose job, is to do your research not only on the internet, but also go see not just one, but go see at least 2 or 3. I went straight to that doctor, and I didn't do my research about him, but the good thing is that he was a really good surgeon, and he didn't do anything bad. He didn't mess up my nose. He was a really good surgeon, very clean. His office was big and always clean, and the people in the office were nice. He was nice. He showed and proved that he was a real surgeon, and not only my cousin, but other people that we knew had surgery with him. So that's why I just went to him and I had my surgery with him. But I do think, and I do recommend people to first talk to other doctors and not just stay with one. Even if you like that one surgeon, still go and you do your research on that doctor. The process was really fast. I got to Mexico, I believe I got to Mexico in June. I went to talk to the doctor and to make my appointment. I went that next day. He said my nose, and he asked me what I was hoping to have, and right away we scheduled my appointment for my surgery. We scheduled it for a week after. In those 5 days that I was waiting, first I had to go get x-rays or like scans of my face, and for that I did pay 700 pesos, and that's like $250 or $300. And that was kind of scary, because when I had my scans, they put me in one of those beds or scanners. I don't know what they're called. I hope I don't get all this wrong. I believe, well, they looked like the beds where people get scanned to see if they have cancer or just to see if they have anything. And I guess they do that for surgeries too, so they can make sure that everything is fine with your body. You lay down and they put you like inside. It's all silence and all you can hear is the scans. And that was kind of scary, but it didn't hurt. I guess when I was in that thing, I thought that they were gonna do something to my brain and that it was gonna hurt, or I don't know what I thought, but it wasn't. It's just the thought of it that's scary. That's when I started to get more nervous, but I wasn't super nervous. I was just excited and nervous. And so I had my x-rays, and when they had them done, I had to go back to give them to the doctor so he could look at them those days before the surgery to make sure that everything was fine. And everything was fine, and I went to have my surgery the day of, and my family were there, my cousins were there, my mom was there. Unfortunately, my dad couldn't be there because he had to stay in the United States. My grandpa was there. They were all there waiting for me, and the surgery lasted, as I remember from the video, 5 hours. 3 of the surgery and 1 just laying down in the same room. They were removing the tubes. I don't know if I had a tube on my throat, but when I woke up, my throat was hurting a lot. I think they put a tube through your mouth, and they put like some in your arms, and for like the blood and for the anesthesia, and well, the things that the tools that they use for surgery that I wish I knew the names. They took me to the resting room, and my family was there. That same day they let me go back home. He told me not to go out or not to walk a lot for at least 10 days, to just rest and not to sleep laying down. I had to sleep like this, kind of like sitting down. I thought it was going to be really uncomfortable, but it wasn't. It was normal. The good thing is that my face was not swollen at all. I thought that my eyes were going to be big and purple because I saw a lot of videos of other girls and other people that got rhinoplasty, and they had swelling eyes or swelling nose or swelling cheeks, and it didn't happen to me. I just couldn't breathe, of course, because I had things inside my nose. I don't know the names in English, but I know the names in Spanish. I remember on the video that I recorded, I would say my casket. I don't know where I got them from. I don't know why I called it my casket. I think it was a cast. But those days I couldn't, well, I didn't want to touch my nose because if I touched it, it would hurt. I was scared to do something wrong. Another thing that a lot of people know is that I got my nose surgery or my rhinoplasty because I couldn't breathe. I do this because it's partly true, because I couldn't breathe well, and that's partly true. I would always breathe through my mouth, but that wasn't the main reason why I got my surgery. I got my surgery because I didn't like my nose. But sometimes people don't understand you, or sometimes it's better to just give one reason and not explain to some people who will still not understand your reasons, if that makes sense. So I would just tell people that I had my surgery because I couldn't breathe, and because I had problems breathing correctly. Because a lot of people, even family members, would tell me, oh, or like the people that knew that I had a bump on my nose, they would tell me, you don't need a surgery, they will never understand why you get surgery. I think it's better to sometimes just tell them a reason without lying, and if they don't understand, don't give any explanations, because they will still not understand. So that's what I did, because I was scared that they would judge me, which is like I said, a reason why I never posted the recovery videos, because I was younger. But that has changed a lot. Next question that some people ask me is that if my breathing is better now after a year and a half later, and the answer is no. I still can't breathe that well with my nose, or through my nose. I still sleep with my mouth open like I used to before. I still breathe through my mouth, but that's no problem for me. The problem would be for the person that sleeps with me, that they would have to see me sleeping with my mouth open, and that doesn't bother me. My breathing didn't get better. Still breathe with my nose, of course. It's not like it doesn't function or that he ruined it, because he did not. The surgeon didn't ruin it. It was always like that. He did kind of fix it because it was a little bit dilated, and I was okay with that. I love my nose, and I don't regret it. I don't regret the surgery, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I had the opportunity to do it, so I did it, and I don't regret it. Here's the thing that you were probably waiting for, because I think my video is a little bit long now. The price of my surgery was 30,000 pesos in Mexico, which is $1,500 USA dollars, and that's, I think, for me, that's a really good price. I'm not ashamed of that, because I worked my ass off 2 years to save up money, and until I had the money. Surgeries here in the United States are overpriced and really expensive, and it's understandable, because it's something that will change you. I'm lucky that I had my surgery in Mexico, and for a good price and with a good doctor. Like I said, I didn't do my research, but I'm lucky that he was a good doctor, and that he didn't ruin my life, or that I didn't ruin my life by going into a surgery with someone that I didn't know a lot of. And I think that's all for my video. If you have any question, or if I missed any of the questions you were wondering, you can ask on the comments section. I will make another video and answer those questions. I hope you like this video and subscribe. And I only have an Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Janet Banuelos. I will have it in the description too. And now I will show how my nose looks